As we learned in the previous classes, numbers which are used for counting like 1, 2, 3 are known as natural numbers, whereas numbers including 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4 are known as whole numbers. Some numbers are also negative and are used to denote negative quantities like temperature, altitude, etc. These are known as integers. Some numbers are expressed in p by q form. These are called rational numbers or fractions. These numbers are used to express a numerical quantity that is not a whole number or an integer. So, to recall your memory, I have some questions for you. Which of the following is the decimal representation of 1 by 7? The correct answer is the C part. The next question is, which of the following statement is not true? A. Every integer is a rational number. B. Every integer is a real number. C. There can be infinite rational numbers between two rational numbers. D. Every rational number is a whole number. The correct answer is the D part.
Hi friends, today I'm going to discuss the topic rational numbers. Let's go back to the kindergarten days and start with the counting numbers. Remember the rhyme? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. These numbers such as 1, 2, 3 and so on are called natural numbers. Let's draw a circle to represent set of natural numbers. Now, whole numbers include all natural numbers and 0. So, we can draw the whole number circle around the natural circle. Integers include all whole numbers and negative numbers such as -1. So, we can draw integer circle around the whole numbers. One important thing for you to keep in mind is that 0 is considered neither a positive number nor a negative number. Now, the question is there any number between any two integers? Let's say between 0 and 1. Yes, and we use them all the time. For example, half, 1/3, 0.7. So between any two integers, you have these non-integers which are known as fractions and decimals. And this entire set of integers, fractions and decimals are called rational numbers. And they are denoted by the letter Q. Any rational number can be written as fraction, P by Q, where P and Q are integers. The only restriction is Q should not be a 0, since division by 0 is undefined. So, the rational number circle is on top of integer circle. Now, I'll give you some examples of rational numbers, just to make the concept more clear. Some rational numbers are 1 by 2, 0.75, 1, 2, etc. Now you might be thinking, why is 1 a rational number? Because 1 can be written as 1 by 1, which is a fraction, and Q is not 0, so it is a rational number. I hope you understood the concept of rational numbers.
The real numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0 are known as irrational numbers. For example, root 2 and root 3 are irrational numbers, whereas any number which can be represented in the form of p upon q, such that p and q are integers, are known as rational numbers.
Real numbers and their decimal expansions. Real numbers are simply the combination of rational and irrational numbers. In the number system in general, all the arithmetic operations can be performed on these numbers, and they can be represented in the number line also. We have seen that decimal expansions of a rational number is either terminating or non-terminating repeating. Thus we can also say that if the number is either terminating or non-terminating repeating, then it is rational number whose decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-repeating is irrational number.
So today we'll be learning about laws of exponents in real numbers. So first up, for a basic understanding, if you have a real number a and an exponent m, a will be the base and m its exponent. So moving into the first law, if we have this base is same and different exponents, a raised to the power m plus a raised to the power n will be written as a raised to the power m plus n. Second law, a raised to the power m raised to the power n will be written as a raised to the power m into n. Third law, a raised to the power m upon a raised to the power n will be written as a raised to the power m minus n. The fourth law, a raised to the power m and b raised to the power m will be written as a into b raised to the power m. Fifth law, a raised to the power 0 will be equal to 1, no matter what value of a we put. Sixth law is the nth root of 1 or of a will be equal to a raised to the power 1 upon n. The seventh law, the nth root of a raised to the power m will be equal to a raised to the power m upon n. So that was the 7 laws of exponents that we have in this chapter.